Good morning, everyone. I'm going to be going over a little bit of how to do MLA, and the way I'm going to do that is by showing you a resource that I still use, and then from there, I'm going to be doing a works cited example from Anthony Bourdain's Medium Raw, which is the book that I got the essay Meat from. So first, we're going to be going to a website that is Purdue OWL. You can just go ahead and Google this. It's from the Purdue University. And we're going to be citing within MLA so that you can go there specifically. If you look at the side, it also has APA, and I believe also would have, kill out that video, also Chicago, IEE, AMA, ASA, like it has all these different styles of citation. Even though we're not going to be interested in them for our class, it's extremely exhaustive and extremely helpful. So before I get into doing Anthony Bourdain, I want to point out there's all of these different variations and different ways that it has classifications. Almost all of you will be pulling predominantly from electronic sources or online sources, so you will mostly all live here. So even if you were pulling from an article from a journal that exists in print, if you didn't access it through print, it's better to just go online. You're always going to want to be as specific as possible when you do these. So again, here are the options we have here. It opens with citing an entire website, a course of department websites, a page, an ebook, an image. So this can be if you are doing research on a particular sculpture within a museum. So where most of you are going to be living is right here, an article in an online scholarly journal or an article in a web magazine. With these, you're going to want, it gives an example of like what it looks like, the completed journal or the completed works cited entry. Right here is an article in an online scholarly journal that also appears in print. The main thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure that you include all of the formatting that they include. For the author, it's written normally. The name of the article, however, should be within quotation marks, and then the name of the larger work, in this case, Social Work and Society, the International Online-Only Journal. This is going to be in italics. You'll also want to make sure when you're doing your research, keep an eye out for if there is a volume number, a volume and number. Often journals will be issued with both of these. So you need to include the volume, the number, or sometimes issue, and the year of publication. It's only then that you include the URL and you end it with the date of access. So this is going to be functionally the same, except that it might also include page numbers. So the PP 595 to 600 is including the print page numbers, even though the online version might not have that same thing. So an article from an online database, email interviews, listserv discussion, it has everything that you're going to need, even YouTube or tweets if you're citing those. So I'm just going to jump now to the MLA works cited pages for books because I have the physical book in front of me, and then I'm going to write it down, again kind of breaking it down step by step. Again, looking for something that is as specific as possible. We have books with no authors, we have translated texts, republished books, and a specific edition of a book. I am going to be doing a work in an anthology reference or collection because Medium Raw is a collection of essays. So I'm going to be starting with this section, first name or last name, then first name, followed by a period. Then following it in quotations because it's the name of the essay, Meat. So then coming back here, we've got it in the quotations, ends with a period, And then the title of the collection is going to, again, be italicized. So switch to that. Let's jump over here and see it's commas all the way through until the end of the entry. So take off italics. I'm going to be skipping at the editor name because this collection of essays is not an anthology, so it doesn't have an outside editor. So I'm just skipping that and going straight to the publisher, which is HarperCollins Publishing. The year of publication, a lot of this can be found for print sources. The title page is going to have almost all of this information. 2010, and pages 95 to 109. And this is the end of the works cited. One thing I want to point out though is because I need a little bit more in order to skip a line, add a couple blahs. One of the things that you're going to see right here is the indent is reversed from a normal paragraph, and this is pretty standard for all works cited pages. So one of the things I'm going to do, I'm going to come back here. See, if you grab this top one, it moves by itself. This is a normal paragraph indentation. You're going to want to grab this triangular one and move it to the 0.5 mark. This moves both of them. And then from there, I can move this back to the margin. So this is going to be your standard form for most works cited pages. If you have any more questions, I'm happy to go through with this for you. But this is something I'm going to expect you to be working on and moving towards, especially since your next essay is going to require 3 separate sources. Anyway, thank you, and I will talk to you soon.